So this is the last problem from 2.1. I'm going to go over. Um, so use the magnitudes rounded to 3 decimal places of the 100 earthquakes included in the accompanying data set to construct a frequency distribution. Now, in this problem, we can actually use the relative frequency table tool in StatCrunch because we have raw data. When we don't have raw data, it's easier to hand calculate them. But let's take a look at the data. All right, so I'm clicking on here and we have earthquake magnitudes, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. To say how many we have, 100. So that's a lot of data. All right. Now, if we click on this link where we could copy the table to StatCrunch and we open it in StatCrunch, we get to export the data to StatCrunch. All right. So once we export the data, I'll move this over here a little bit. So once we export the data, we can actually go into stat and then tables and then frequency. Since we have raw data, first of all, let's change the name of this column heading to earthquake or something to that effect. All right, so now if I go to stat and then I go to tables, I can actually select a frequency table. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take earthquakes. I'm going to send it over into this column. And then what does the problem ask for? Let's take a look. I think it asks for relative frequency. Just frequency. So say straight frequency distribution. All right. So we're going to select frequency. And we've already selected which column it's in. And now the bin numerical values, that's given in the problem as well. So it says that we want to begin with a lower class of 1.0 and then use a class width of 0.5. All right, so we're going to click this box, and we're going to put 1.0 here is where we're going to start. And then the width is going to be 0.5. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit compute. And you'll see a table has been created that basically solves the problem, right? It gives us it gives us a frequency table for each one of these groups. And now we can take that information. Let me close this. And we can plug it into here. So there's only one more thing I wanted to mention to you. Now, when, let's see, can I pull this back up? All right. So you'll see that this says 1 inclusive. That's what the square bracket means, to 1.5 non-inclusive. So when we're doing this in StatCrunch, we actually have to come up with the upper limits. So it's not going to be 1 to 1.5 because we can't have the upper limit of one class overlap with the lower limit of the next class. So this actually has to be 1 to 1.49, and this would be 1.99, and then this one would be 2.49, 2.99. So that's the only really adjustment you have to make when you're doing the problem. Like, so this would be 1.5 to 2 or 1.99, right? And then the next one would be 2 to 2.49, and so on and so forth. And then we could take the information that StatCrunch got for us. So there's 2, 10, 37, 25, etc. So the frequency in this class is 2, in this class is 10. I think I said 27 next, 35, and so on and so forth. But that's it, and that sums up the video instruction for section 2.1. I'll see you next section.